Hi, this is Dr. Shawn Messonier. I'm also called Dr. Shawn the Natural Vet. I want to share with you today some holiday tips for avoiding danger with your pets. Now, there are a lot of different things to think about. I'm just going to go through a few of them that my clients ask me about a lot. The first thing I think about with holiday concerns or dangers would be, of course, stress and anxiety. Just like people, sometimes pets can get a little bit nervous or worked up around the holidays. Of course, most pets are fine with visitors coming over, especially family members, but some pets, that's just a little bit too much anxiety for them. So for those pets, we want to be very careful. We want to talk with our veterinarian and make sure that these pets are well cared for. We want to make sure if there is any anxiety with strangers or family members coming over, maybe the pets would do better in a separate room, away from a lot of commotion and concern. Also, your veterinarian might prescribe some natural therapies like some herbs, or maybe even some conventional medications that might help control any unwanted holiday anxiety, fears, or concerns. The second thing I think about with holiday issues, holiday potential dangers, would of course be food. Now, pets, like people, love holiday food. There's a lot of good food at holiday. Of course, many pets don't do well eating people food. Some do, but many don't. If your pet's not used to things like turkey or ham or gravy, dressings, mashed potatoes, vegetables, it's better to keep those foods away from your pets. Some pets do fine with them. I have a lot of clients who feed their pets homemade type foods. That's fine. But for other pets, eating people food, especially around the holidays, is going to be too rich. They might get pancreatitis, they might get gastroenteritis, they might actually bloat, which can be a life-threatening emergency. You want to avoid unnecessary holiday dangers and unnecessary holiday expenses at the emergency clinic. So again, be careful with your pets and don't just leave food up on the countertop where cats and dogs can actually jump and get them. I remember a number of years ago, I had a patient that got up on a countertop. It was a big Labrador Retriever. He ate the entire ham and the aluminum foil covering the ham. Obviously, he didn't have a good holiday, and neither did his pet parents. So again, just be careful with food that your pets are not used to eating. That also includes, of course, things like chocolate, cakes and pies and ice cream, foods our pets shouldn't be eating anyway. Now, what about holiday plants? A lot of people are concerned about holiday plants causing danger or toxicity to their pets. The good news is that most plants, especially poinsettias, are really minimally or non-toxic. At most, some of these pets might have some mild vomiting, diarrhea, increased salivation, pawing, or scratching at the mouth due to irritation of the mouth and the cheeks and the gums. Most of the time, though, these plants are pretty safe, but do avoid things like Easter lilies. Be careful with certain hollies and some other plants that can cause more irritation or toxicity to your pet. Now, what about Christmas decorations? As a rule, pets enjoy the Christmas decorations just like people, but we have to be careful with some of them. I know my own cats love to bat and swat at the Christmas tree, especially the ornaments, especially one of my cats. So we have to make sure we put our nicer ornaments up higher on the tree so she won't get them and break them, which doesn't make us feel good when you have a nice expensive ornament that your cat broke. And also we want to prevent her from cutting herself from walking on the broken pieces of the ornament as well. So if you have a cat or a dog that likes to get in trouble with the Christmas tree or other ornaments, again, keep them out of harm's way. Watch electrical cords, watch the water additives that you put in the bottom of a live Christmas tree. Those can sometimes cause some toxicity as well. Obviously, we don't want tinsel and string on the trees. Those can actually cut the intestinal tract as they move through the intestinal tract, especially true for cats, so be very careful with that. What about fireplaces? Well, here in Texas, we are unlikely to need the fireplace on Christmas. We have before, but it's usually unlikely. Again, that's a potential danger. The good news is that most pets will not go near the fire. Make sure you open your flute up so that we don't have toxic gases and smoke coming in the house. We also want to put some sort of a screen in front of the fireplace so that the pet can't actually get to the fire. But it's really unlikely a pet is going to intentionally seek out heat. Now, they could get in the fireplace after things have cooled down. That's usually not a holiday danger, but you might have to bathe the dirty pet that's covered with soot. So we want to be very careful with that. Okay, candles. A lot of us like to burn candles not just at the holiday, but year-round, but especially during the holidays. They provide a nice scent, especially when you've been cooking all day. So candles we have to be careful with. Again, most of them are not toxic, but here's the hazard, especially with cats, that can sometimes be a bit too curious. cats can sometimes go near those candles and knock them over. Even though they may not burn themselves, we really don't want houses set on fire. And I've seen houses set on fire, not from cats knocking over candles, but other Christmas dangers around the holidays. So again, just be very careful with those candles. Make sure they're up as high as they can to where the cat can't get there. And of course, don't leave your house if the candle is burning. We don't want any unintentional problems. Now, I mentioned earlier about anxiety with pets, with people coming and going. Here's another danger. This actually happened to me last week just by accident. I opened the front door to go out and get the mail, and I didn't see my younger cat snuck outside. When I came back and wondered where she was, I opened the front door again, and she was sitting outside the door waiting to come in. So be careful. Doors will open and close, especially if guests don't knock and you just tell them to come on in. We don't want doors left unclosed. We don't want doors open because pets will get out, and you don't want to spend your holiday looking for a pet, or worse, finding out your pet's been killed by a wild animal, another animal in the neighborhood, or an automobile, or poison. We don't want that. So please, 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 if you know the doors are going to be open and closed a lot, keep the pets somewhere safe, whether it's in their crate, whether it's in a bathroom or a laundry room. Put them somewhere that they can have little anxiety, and you won't have anxiety either. Finally, sometimes we have holidays that involve a lot of noise, specifically fireworks. Fireworks in the neighborhood, or fireworks celebrations and demonstrations. Again, this can produce a lot of anxiety for pets that are not used to loud noises. So before the fireworks start, before the holiday comes up, talk to your veterinarian, find out if you know your pet may be kind of a stressful one, maybe a little more anxious. Get something for your pet, put it in a quiet room, maybe run some soothing music or a favorite TV show or something calm, even like a wave machine. You can use that anytime your pet's experiencing an anxiety attack. But certainly, if your pet needs some conventional medication, don't be afraid of using that. We can all benefit from calm, nice, quiet times, and your pets will benefit especially. So those are my holiday tips for you. Hopefully you've learned something, and you can keep your pets safe, happy, and healthy these particular holidays. Have a good holiday. It's Dr. Shawn.